Man, I wish I was doing this for more fun reasons. It's about happy things. Cake and Betty Crocker. What could be sad about that, right? I'm a big fan of both. There is nothing more fun and rewarding to bake than cake. And I don't know any vintage kitchenware fan that doesn't have at least one vintage Betty Crocker cookbook on the shelf. So, why am I here? And why am I so bummed? Well, it's about a fairly modern and very sad concept, shrinkflation. Not something I would normally address in a vintage kitchen space. I mean, I don't even share my own recipes and I never address current events, but this one hit a little too close to home. I am all about, from scratch, homemade everything, but even I have a couple boxes of yellow cake mix in the back of the pantry for those cake emergencies. I mean, it's delicious, and I know I'm compromising on ingredients, but you know, we all take our shortcuts sometimes. So when a video came across my feed about Betty Crocker changing the size of their boxed cake mix, it definitely caught my eye. It didn't make any sense. I mean, how can you change the size? It makes the same amount of cake. And when I say change size, I mean really changed. Like from 18 ounces originally, now down to 13.25. That's a 27% reduction. And it's supposed to make the same size cake. I don't even know what to say. I'm just a home cook, so don't ask me how they did it, but I know what they sacrificed to do it. Taste, texture, quality, and trust. It's gross. And I'm not just talking about the flavor. People really rely on cake mix and trust Betty Crocker as a brand. Her vintage cookbooks, there's a reason why they're so popular even today, and it's not just because they're adorable. It's because they're really, really helpful. The photos aren't just cute, they're instructional and inspiring, and the recipes aren't just tasty, they're easy, budget-friendly, and understandable. Betty Crocker made cooking relatable and possible for an entire generation of home cooks, and just like the cookbooks, Betty Crocker boxed cake mixes allowed anyone to make a really great cake on short notice with limited ingredients. So they became part of probably every kitchen in America, and for good reason. They were pretty delicious and super easy, so to be honest, I feel a little betrayed. It's kind of a dramatic word, but it's true. This new 13.25 ounce boxed cake is terrible. It's really sad. Its taste was dry, and once I started looking into the ingredients it's made of, I was pretty grossed out. And I really, really admire all the bakers out there who are giving advice and making recipes to compensate for it by adding things like extra eggs and milk instead of water, and even a box of pudding. But I'm kind of done. If you have to go out of your way to add a bunch more things, it kind of goes against the whole purpose of easy, ready-made cake mix. So if all of this bothers you too, but like most normal people, you need to have a box of cake mix on hand for when you find out you need 40 cupcakes by the morning. I've spent the last week figuring out what I think is a really great solution. Cake isn't actually that complicated, and despite the fact that Betty Crocker thinks it needs crazy ingredients like monocalcium phosphate, it really doesn't. You can totally make your own boxed cake mix. Not only is it possible, but it's super easy, very economical, and making your own means that you can have complete control over the ingredients. In fact, I found a way to elevate boxed cake mix to a whole new gourmet level that's so delicious everyone will think it was from a professional baker. You'll love it. The whole party will love it, and with a little prep work, your pantry will be stocked with boxed cake mix that's just as easy and convenient as any store-bought stuff. So follow me for a box cake replacement recipe for yellow, chocolate, white, and even spice cake. They will taste so, so delicious, and you will get the shortcut you deserve without sacrificing anything.